Jeff Russo, attorney at law.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Cab Building. It's game 14 of the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. Dennis Stevens along with Bob Hayes, Ty Englebright to bring you the action. The nightcap tonight and the tourney finale is the Caldwell County Tigers taking on the Dyersburg Trojans here at the Cab. And Bob, it's been a great 2 days of basketball. We've seen the Tigers play a nice game last night. 9-point loss to a team out of Memphis. Lady Tigers able to go 2-1 over the course of 3 days. 2 big wins today. Just a great 2 days of basketball, and you couldn't get a better atmosphere.
It's been a great day for Princeton, for Caldwell County, for the Cab, for this tournament that's been put on the second year that this tournament has been held. And what more could we want than for Caldwell County to play well? Boys played well last night, came up a little bit short. The girls that played earlier really didn't play well yesterday, but they turned that around today with 2 wins, one in dramatic fashion over Callaway County, and the other one limping home a little bit, still winning by 4 points. And we look for the Tigers to play well tonight against Dyersburg. One thing that Dyersburg doesn't have that a lot of the other teams that have played us and beaten us this year would be the inside height, 6'5", 6'6" kids. Their tallest listed player is 6'3", so we got a chance. I'm sure they're athletic and I'm sure they're good, but we'll see exactly how we stack up against them here shortly. The players are returning to their benches, and we'll have the starting lineups here in just a few seconds.
Yeah, all the academy teams are done. The last game is against a pairing of 2 basic high school teams, so we're looking forward to this one. Caldwell County comes in at 5-6 on the season. And we are about 15 seconds away from the starting lineups. I'll tell you what, Bob, you go ahead and take her away for the starting lineups. We'll mark those and get ready to tip this one off as we wrap up the Hoops Fest for 2017.
For the visiting team on the scoreboard, the visitors will be wearing white. That'll be Dyersburg. At guard, 5'10" senior, number 1, Brandon Williams.
Number 1 being introduced first is Brandon Williams. Number 2, Malik Curie. Introduced. Number 3, Nico Mann, the 3rd starter. Number 5 is Kevin Spitzer. And Joshua Caldwell, number 21. Complete the Dyersburg starting lineup. For the home team of the Tigers, Caden Fralix being introduced first. John Davis coming out.
At guard, 5'10", a sophomore, number 5,
Jamarius Blaine coming out, being introduced.
number 2, Jameer Riley.
And Jameer Riley being introduced.
6'2", junior,
Number 4, Darren Boyd coming out.
Bob, one of the few times this season Caldwell will actually have a height advantage going into us.
And that in itself is a headline, Dennis. You're right. We don't get that happening too many times this year.
Tigers out on the floor getting ready to start this one. Dyersburg Trojans getting some last-minute instructions from their coach. Now both teams out on the floor. Caldwell County in the gold uniforms, Dyersburg in white.
And they're at the midcourt, and for the call of the game, here is Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Ball is up. Tip is controlled by Dyersburg. They will go towards the entrance of the Cab building here in the first half. They take it around. Number 1, Williams, top of the key, gets it over to number 5, and that is Kevin Spencer. Shot by Williams, no good. Rebound goes to Spencer. He's guarded by Fralix. Pass into number 21, in and out. Had a layup. Josh Caldwell missed it. Darren Boyd comes down with it. Quickly out to John Davis. 2 points for Caldwell County on the break. Nice assist from Boyd. 2 points for Davis, 2-0 Caldwell County. Dyersburg whips it around. They've got it baseline, takes it back out to the left wing. That's Williams. Williams gets it over to Curry, number 2. Dyersburg drives in, puts the layup up, gets the friendly roll, 2-2.
Who got that one, Dennis?
That was number 2, Malik Curry. John Davis will bring it over front court, man-to-man defense for Dyersburg. Tried to go into Riley. It's tapped away. Riley comes back with the steal back. Now he's going to drive the lane. Puts the pass over, looking for Fralix. Turned it over and picked up by number 3, Mann, for Dyersburg. Mann brings it up the court, goes into the lane, kicks it back out to Williams. Williams over to Curry. Curry back to Spencer. Spencer has it top of the key, guarded by Davis. He's going to kick it wide to the left. 3-point attempt up and no good. Rebound to John Davis. Davis brings it up to court. Tight defense at the point, provided by number 2, Malik Curry. Now Darren Boyd has it. He's double teamed. Turns the ball over, lead pass out on the run out. Got away with a travel up and in by number 1, Brandon Williams. Fralix looking for somebody to get the ball in, gets it to Boyd. Boyd waves everybody off. He'll bring it up court himself. Just underway here in the first quarter. Caldwell County trails 4-2. Boyd to Davis on the left wing. Gets a pick from Riley. Riley has it going along the baseline, goes up, puts it off the board and in. And officials blow the whistle to stop play. Injury to number 1, Brandon Williams for Dyersburg, as he's going to limp over to the sideline, get checked out. Score knotted at 4 after the basket by Riley. Dyersburg brings it up. They work it to the right corner, pass quickly inside on a cutting Kevin Spencer, up and in on the layup. Somebody lost the assignment on that one as Spencer made the backdoor cut, and a nice pass, able to put it up and in for the layup.
Nice quick pass was the key to that basket.
Davis out front at the point. Gets it over to Boyd, left wing. Boyd looks it over. Boyd, the leading scorer on the season for Caldwell County, gets it over to Davis for the 3, off the mark, and rebounded by Spencer for Dyersburg. Spencer quickly up to Williams. Williams with the 3-point attempt from the left side, in. And it's quickly 9-4 Dyersburg. Coach K is going to take a quick timeout. And Bob, not the start Caldwell County wanted tonight in this nightcap. Very quick team. We talked about Caldwell County having a little bit of a size advantage. Quickness advantage, I think, still going to Dyersburg Trojans.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Dennis. And Caldwell County with 3 turnovers already to Dyersburg 1. That's a big difference so far early here in the game.
And not just offensively, they're quick with some nice quick passes and backdoor cuts. Defensively, they're really putting a lot of pressure on John Davis out front, and then Darren Boyd. He's gotten double teamed a couple of times when he's had it, but the defense is quick to the ball, and Caldwell County is really going to have to come crisp off of some of the pick and rolls.
We're going to have to be a little bit more crisp in what we're doing. That's for sure.
Teams back out on the court. I'm not sure what the holdup is. Now
I think there was something on the floor.
Davis looks for somebody to get it into. He finds Fralix. Fralix will bring it up. He'll come up against number 21, Joshua Caldwell. Fralix into front court. Pulled the pass up, going over to Blaine. Blaine stops in the lane, gave up the shot, got in the air, turned it back to Davis out at the top of the key. Now Davis finds Riley. Crisscross goes back to Davis, up and in for the layup.
Basket by Davis.
And it's 9-6 with 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Dyersburg quick around the horn. Over to number 20 or number 5, Spencer. Spencer has it looking inside. Ball well out of bounds. Let's see what they call it off of. It's off of Dyersburg. Nice defensive hustle there by Caden Fralix, caused that turnover. And Davis will inbound for the Tigers. Gets it over to Fralix. Fralix will bring it up against Curry. Now back over to Davis. Man-to-man defense for both squads. Pass to the elbow to Riley. Riley turns, has the ball knocked away, still battles, picks it up, goes up for the shot. Off the side of the rim, no good. Dyersburg quickly to the other end. Shot up and no good. Caden Fralix with the big rebound. Very fast-paced start to this game. And John Davis will bring it back out top. He finds Darren Boyd on the right wing. Boyd wants to drive, cut off at the top of the, or at the free throw line. Gets it over to Riley. Riley over to Blaine. Blaine back to Riley. Pass almost picked off. Riley drives, goes up for the shot. It's in, count it, and he'll go to the free throw line. They'll call the blocking foul on number 3, Nico Mann.
Basket is by Riley, the Dyersburg.
So Jameer Riley will go to the line for a chance at a three-point play and a chance to tie this ball game up. As Caldwell's battled back from a 9-4 deficit, Riley can tie it right here with this free throw. Jameer's shot up and in. And we are knotted at 9 here with 3:25 left in the first quarter. Darren Boyd's going to come out to the front court to pick up number 5, Kevin Spencer. They work it back around to Spencer, top of the key. Now Blaine on him. Shot by number 1 from the right wing is in. That's Brandon Williams from about 15 feet. And Dyersburg back out in front, 11-9. Davis with some full court pressure. A lot of contact, no call. Tipped away now. They're going to get number 2, Malik Curry, with the reach on Davis. Second team foul on Dyersburg. It's Curry's first. Davis takes it out, finds Blaine in the backcourt. Blaine getting the play from the sideline. Still man-to-man defense by Dyersburg. Davis comes out, takes it from Blaine. Now he'll run the point. Goes right wing. Has an opening, driving towards the basket, cut off, gets it back out to Boyd. Top of the key for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Fralix had the rebound, knocked away. Now bringing it up is Spencer for Dyersburg. Spencer drives the lane, left-handed scoop shot up and in. Dyersburg now up 13-9. I know high school doesn't have a shot clock, Bob, but I don't think it would matter in this ball game as both teams up and down the court. Davis out front. Gets it into Riley at the elbow. Riley drives, puts up the shot off the board and in. Jameer Riley with the bucket, and Caldwell back within 2 at 13-11. Williams over to Curry. Curry back out to Williams. Over to Spencer. Spencer to Mann. And back over to Williams, top of the key. Dyersburg works it around the horn. Now right side on the wing. Davis there defensively. Shot from 3-point by Spencer. No good. Rebound comes down, and they pass it over to Boyd. Boyd brings it up. He stopped at the free throw line. Now he's going to pull it back out, drive the lane, put the shot up. Almost dropped. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Caldwell County is going to have to get Darren Boyd involved in this offense. He goes to the line, first one up and in.
Darian's first point of the game, and that's good to see.
His first point comes at 1:20 left in the first quarter. Second shot can tie this one at 13. Up and in. So Boyd 2 out of 2 from the line, and we're tied at 13 with 1:20 left in the first quarter. Spencer over to, that's Curry. Now into the ball game is number 00. That's Nate Spivey for Dyersburg, but there's a foul called on a moving screen on Dyersburg. Malik Curry with his second foul here in the first quarter, so he'll come out for number 14, Wesley Jackson. Caldwell County will have the ball side out, coming the length of the court. They get it into Boyd. Boyd back over to Davis. Davis will be picked up at midcourt by Brandon Williams. They work it in to Riley. Riley at the free throw line. Looks to drive, spin move, gets it over to Frelick on the baseline. Frelick faked the shot, goes up, and he gets fouled. So the fouls piling up on Dyersburg here in the first quarter. 5 team fouls. Second on Spencer as Caden Frelick goes to the line. Shot no good. 5 team fouls on Dyersburg, none on Caldwell County here in the first quarter. Frelick with his second attempt, this one up and in. Caldwell County with their first lead after being down 9-4. Now they lead this one 14-13. Darius Riley coming in for Caldwell County, and Darren Boyd will go out. Spencer brings it up for Dyersburg. They work it to the free throw line extended. Back over to Spencer. Spencer top of the key for 3. Shot up, no good. Rebound Caldwell County. Riley to Riley. Now Jameer drives the lane, puts it back out to Blaine. Blaine's going to bring it back out near the midcourt. Tough defense by Spivey on Blaine. Blaine doing a lot of dribbling. Now stops his dribble, gets it over to Riley. Riley's going to drive the baseline. He gets bumped. That's a Darius Riley. He'll get bumped, and that'll be the 6th foul on Dyersburg here in the first quarter. Still 14 seconds left in the quarter.
14, Wesley Jackson, his first, team 6th.
Foul on Jackson. Davis will inbounds. Gets it out to Jameer Riley. 12 seconds on the clock for Caldwell County. They lead by 1. Riley breaks a double team. Comes over to Blaine. Blaine with a runner in the lane, up and in. And there's the horn. So after 1 quarter of play, Caldwell County leads this one 16-13. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on WPKY.
Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric plant board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric plant board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric plant board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
Tri-Seasons in Princeton would like to give a big shout out to one of our own, Jeff McDowell. Jeff has given Tri-Seasons 34 years as one of our top service technicians, and General Motors thinks so also, as they selected Jeff in the top 20 service technicians out of over 7,000 in the Southeast region. We are so proud of you, Jeff. The extra time and dedication it takes to achieve this honor speaks volumes about him. Tri-Seasons Incorporated offers top-notch service on all your GM and Chrysler vehicles by certified technicians Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Call 270-365-5522 for your appointment today. Tri-Seasons Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
Yeah, we're back here at the Cab, ready for the start of the second quarter. To inbound the ball, Caldwell County, and for the call of the second quarter, Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. A 12-4 run to close out the first quarter has given Caldwell County the lead at 16-13 as we get underway here. But there is a foul on Caldwell County on the offensive set, so it'll turn it over to Dyersburg. Caden Frelick will pick up the first foul of the game for Caldwell County. Caldwell in the bonus the whole second quarter. 6 fouls already on Dyersburg as Spencer brings it up for the Trojans. Spencer over to Williams. Williams to Spivey. Spivey looks it over. Davis on him, and the ball gets away. He tried to take it back over to Spencer. A low pass got under his hand, goes out of bounds right at midcourt, and it'll be Tiger basketball. Davis will bring it across half court, guarded by Spivey. They start the offense with Riley over to Boyd. Boyd, top of the key, in and out. That ball was down and came out. Frelick's had the rebound. He's going to be tied up by Spencer. Alternate possession arrow is going to give it to the Trojans.
Good rebound by Caden. He just not strong enough to wrestle that ball away.
Shot by Boyd was all the way in the cylinder, popped back out. So Boyd on Spencer. Spencer drops it off to #1 Williams. Now over to Jackson. Jackson back to Williams, left wing. He's guarded by Jameer. They work it down back to Jackson. They want to go underneath to number 32. That's Hunter Rose. Fralick's had none of that. Now over to Williams with the long three. No good. Rebound by Darren Boyd. He quickly brings it up the right side. Tries to thread a pass through three players over to Fralick's. Doesn't hit the mark. Turnover goes back to Dyersburg as Spencer brings it up. Pops it over to Jackson. Jackson with the three from the left wing. And we're tied up again at 16. Checking into the ball game for Caldwell County will be number 32, Seth Scott. And Fralick's will come out for a breather. Dyersburg is going to bring the full court man-to-man pressure. Davis gets it into Boyd. Boyd waves him off, tells him he'll take it up the court. Guarded by Spivey. They get it over to Adarius Riley. He tries to dribble through a couple of people, does. Takes it over to Davis, to Boyd. Boyd from the corner for three, in. Three-pointer by Boyd gives Caldwell County the lead back at 19-16. Dyersburg works it around. Corner three by Spivey is up, and we're tied again at 19.
Three-point basket by Spivey.
Threes falling everywhere here at the Cab building in the finale to the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. Boyd has the ball left wing. Gets the pick from Jameer Riley. Back to Jameer. He's open from three on the side. Doesn't take it. Drives the baseline. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound Scott. Scott goes up with a baby hook. No good. Ball loose and rebounded by Williams. And he's going to be fouled on the rebound.
Caldwell County foul number 4, Darren Boyd. His first, team second.
Bob, so far two pretty evenly matched teams. It looks like size-wise. There's a lot of quickness on both squads. It may be a matter of who's not out of breath at the end of this ball game.
Well, and Dyersburg with 3 made threes, the Tigers with only 1 made three, so that's a difference so far in the ball game.
Caldwell County, if they can cause the foul, they can go to the free throw line a lot this quarter. Dyersburg works it in the lane, turned over. I think they're going to call number 5, Spencer, with the hold on Jameer Riley. Jameer had the steal and was headed up the court. Foul on the wrist is going to go against Spencer.
Dyersburg foul is on number 5, Kevin Spencer, his third, team 7.
Fralick's back into the ball game as Adarius Riley will come out. Jameer Riley to the free throw line to try to break this tie. And Riley's shot is up and in. Caldwell County takes the lead by 1 with 5:22 left in the first half. Jameer will get another. Good crowd on hand here for the nightcap. And this one's good also. 2-point lead for Caldwell County, 21-19. Checking into the ball game is going to be Jamarius Blaine, and coming out will be John Davis. Jameer Riley will guard the point, and that's Brandon Williams. Williams drops it off to Jackson. Jackson to Spivey. Spivey over to Mann. Mann back out to Williams for Dyersburg. Now that's number 21, Caldwell. He hands it off to Jackson. Back out to Williams. Williams top of the key, guarded by Boyd. Now he finds a lane. He's going to drive through, up and in, off the board, down the right side of the lane. Williams with the points. And we're knotted back up again, 21 all, as we're under 5 minutes to go in the half. Darren Boyd gets it to Fralick's. Left wing, over to Seth Scott, top of the key, back to Boyd, right side. Boyd wanted Fralick's underneath. He's going to pull it back out. Now changes his mind, drives the lane, pulls up for a 14-footer in. Nice stroke there by Darren Boyd. And Caldwell back out in front. Boyd anticipated the pass, knocked it off the Dyersburg player. So a good hustle play and anticipation by Darren Boyd. Turnover gives it to Caldwell County. Boyd's going to bring it up against Spivey. Boyd between the legs, little contact. He takes a pick from Scott. Now double team, ball on the floor. Still loose and picked up by Dyersburg. Williams will bring it up on the point, kicks it to the corner. Spivey for the three from the left corner, up and in. And Dyersburg back in front, 24-23 with 3:50 left in the first half. Jameer Riley drives the lane, has the ball stripped away on his way up. Turnover gives it to Dyersburg. Williams takes it down the court. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Tipped from the hand of one of the players in gold. Not sure who touched that, Bob, as it went out of bounds.
It was one of our players. I didn't see the number, but it's the correct call.
And Dyersburg takes it out on the side. Williams out front, guarded by Jameer Riley. Gets it over to Mann. Mann on the right wing. Spivey cuts through. He'll take it right side baseline, brings it back out, top of the key to Mann. Mann drives the lane, puts a shot up, gets a nice roll and in. And Dyersburg's opened up a three-point lead, 26-23. Fralix brings it up against pressure, gets by that, finds Seth Scott, and Scott is going to be called for steps. Seth saw an open lane on that, looked like candy there for a second. But
eyes got real big, didn't they, Dennis?
Tough to get the feet lined up with the dribble on that. They call him for steps. So the turnover back to Dyersburg. The Trojans bring it up court. It's number 21, Caldwell. Over to, who was that? That was Williams with the shot, no good. Dyersburg with the rebound, up again, no good. This one controlled by Darren Boyd. He'll bring it up the court for the Tigers. Takes off well out in the lane, puts the shot up and in, and fouled on the play. Bob, he started that layup from about the baseline of the volleyball court here at the Cab Gym.
Somewhat a la Michael Jordan.
Floated all the way up left-handed, laid it off the board and in, and drew the foul. So Boyd will try to make the three-point play. Does, and we are tied at 26 with 2:43 left in the first half. The Trojans bring it up. Mann with the drive against Riley. He's stopped. Dyersburg works it back around. Spivey cut the lane. Couldn't get it to him. Now back over to Mann. Mann drives the baseline, goes up for the shot. No good, but he's fouled on the play, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. This is as fast-paced as the Caldwell County football offense, Bob. There's no stopping to this as Mann goes to the line for 2. First one rolls in. Trojans back out in front by 1.
Dyersburg's first free throw attempt of the evening.
Second shot up and in. Only 3 team fouls so far in the first half for Caldwell. Dyersburg is going to get called. That's Spivey with the hold on Boyd on the inbounds.
That's not very intelligent basketball, if you ask me, Dennis. You've got a kid that shoots well from the free throw line. You know that. You're in backcourt. That's never going to happen, more than likely. But we'll take it.
Yeah, anytime you can put the ball in Boyd's hand with a scoring opportunity. First one up and in. Darren will get a second shot and a chance to tie this one at 28. Boyd up and in as the Trojans come back down. Brandon Williams goes right wing, guarded by Blaine. Now Blaine gives him off to Jameer Riley. Caldwell County's gone 2-3 zone. And Williams will go back out front and look this over. First zone tonight by either team. Caldwell County brings Blaine up now, 3-2 zone by the Tigers. Spivey from the corner, shot no good, rebound by Boyd. Boyd quickly up the right sideline. He stopped, pulls up from 12, no good. Scott had a hand on the ball, tipped away by Spivey of Dyersburg. They leave Spivey open, he drives the lane, goes up, no good, rolls off the rim, battle underneath for the rebound. Scott saved it, but right to Spivey underneath. Spivey goes up, and he's fouled by Darren Boyd.
And that's Cole Smiley, Dennis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cole Smiley. Well, don't tell Steve that. Shot up and in. Spivey with the points. Smiley will come out along with Boyd. Going in is number 11 for Caldwell County, Jude East, and also John Davis back in the lineup.
Darren Boyd with 2 fouls now, protecting him the final minute 31.
Second shot no good. Caldwell County trails by 1 with a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Davis brings it up. Gets it to Fralix on the left wing. Fralix with East cutting. Back out to Davis. Top of the key, no good. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Mann of Dyersburg. Quickly gets it over to Williams. Williams drives the lane, throws up a wild shot, rebounded by Fralix. Now Fralix looks up the court. He has Jameer Riley down the right side, behind his back, into the lane, tipped away, and stolen by number 14, Wesley Jackson. So a little sloppy play here as we end this first half. Shot goes up down the lane by Miko Mann, no good. But Caldwell County is going to be called for the foul. I think that's going to go on East. Nico Mann at the line.
Nico 2 for 2 tonight so far at the line.
Up and in.
Make it 3 for 3.
Got a nice shot from the free throw stripe. Lead back out to 2. Mann looks to make it 3. Up and no good. Jameer Riley with the rebound. He'll look the court over, get it over to Davis, and Davis will bring it up for the Tigers. Davis against Spivey. Looks for Blaine. Blaine coming off a pick. Blaine's going to bring it back out to the top. Dribbles around to the left side, turns into trouble. Now he's able to come back out. 2 players chasing Blaine around now. Get it over finally to Jameer Riley. Riley with the shot up and in as he falls across the baseline. He'll go to the free throw line to try to make this a 3-point play. Jamarius Blaine with some dribbling out there. Looked like the old Curly Neal days from the Harlem Globetrotters.
He was picking up 1, then he picked up 2 men, and finally he had 3 men trying to get the ball away from him.
Found the open man in Riley. Riley drove it to the hoop and got fouled on the play. This one's in. So with 26 seconds left in the half, we are, or that gave Caldwell County the lead, excuse me, at 31-30. Let's see if Dyersburg holds it for the last shot. Tipped away, but right into the hands of a Dyersburg player on the baseline. Back out to Williams. Puts the 3 up. No good. Still 5 seconds on the clock as Spivey gets the rebound for Dyersburg. Puts it in the lane to Williams. Williams with the shot up. And they're going to call a foul with what I'm assuming was 1/10 of a second left on the clock because the whistle blew and then the horn blew to end the half. Foul's going to go. Who did they call that on, Bob?
I think they got 22, but I'm not totally sure.
Williams at the line, shot no good.
What's his number, Dennis? I can't see it from here.
Number 1?
1.
Yeah, Brandon Williams will try to tie this one up as we go to half. This one up, and he gets the friendly roll over the front of the rim. So at halftime, we are tied at 31. We'll be back with the first half stats. Also a look ahead to the second half. So come back with us. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on WPKY.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Tepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hello, this is Keisha Fulcher, CEO for Community Medical Clinic, located at 310 Hawthorne Street in Princeton. Community Medical Clinic's goal is to provide access to excellent health care services that are both convenient and affordable. Community Medical Clinic is taking new patients every day, and walk-ins are welcome. The clinic is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. to serve you and your family members of all ages. Patients are welcome with all insurances or with no insurance. Not able to come into the Princeton location? Then we have two other clinics. Our new downtown location in Hopkinsville at 1102 South Virginia Street and Fort Campbell Boulevard in Oak Grove. Community medical clinic providing healthcare services at your convenience at no extra cost.
Great news. Any size ice cold and refreshing soft drinks are still just $1 at McDonald's every day. That's the news, now the weather. Soft drink lovers at McDonald's report enjoying ice cold deliciousness. Also reported, chance of refreshment, 100%. Get any size soft drink for just $1 only at McDonald's. A la carte only, limited time offer at participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Caldwell Medical Center Sleep Lab offers diagnosis for a variety of sleep problems, including sleep apnea. 1 in every 5 Americans have significant sleep difficulties, which, when diagnosed properly, can be successfully treated. A few symptoms of sleep disorders include fatigue, morning headaches, impotence, frequent urination, irritability, memory loss, high blood pressure, and loud snoring. If you have some of these symptoms, we may be able to help you identify and treat them before they cause more serious health conditions. Caldwell Medical Center offers stays in lab and in your home depending on your insurance company's requirements. Call 270-365-0300 for more information.
Hi, Princeton. This is Jack from First Southern National Bank. I'm excited to share I'm moving my office to our Princeton branch. That means the next time you're looking for a loan, whether big or small, you've got another convenient First Southern location. Be sure to stop by to see us next time you're in town. First Southern National Bank has 2 branches in Caldwell County, 1013 West Main and 101 West Washington Street. Visit us online at www.fsmb.net. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409-424, NMLS 1628379.
Here's a reminder for the people of Penny Riley Electric. Before you connect any more holiday lights and decorations, take a good look at all of the wiring and extension cords to make sure they're in good shape. Use electrical wiring and extension cords of the proper kind. Make sure they are not cracked or frayed. If you have any doubts about the connections, do not use them. Throw them away and get new connections. A few simple safety reminders for a happy holiday season from the folks at Penny Riley Electric. Penny Riley Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
Portner Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Portner Gas is offering specials on propane. Portner Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Portner Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Portner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
And we are back at the Cab. We're at halftime. Caldwell County tied with Dyersburg, Tennessee at 31. Back and forth first half. Both teams several leads, a lot of lead changes in this half, a lot of ties, and a pretty evenly matched squad as we wrap up the 2017 West Kentucky Hoops Fest. Here now with first half stats is Bob Hayes.
Thank you, Dennis. 6 minutes remaining here in halftime. The Tigers and the Dyersburg Trojans are tied 31-31. Caldwell County winning the first quarter 16-13, and Dyersburg coming back to capture the second quarter 18-15. Tied here at halftime for Caldwell County, 12 points each for Jameer Riley. Jameer with 4 field goals and 4 out of 4 at the free throw line for his 12. Darren Boyd with 2 2-point field goals, 1 3-pointer, 5 out of 5 at the free throw line for his 12. 2 points for Jamarius Blaine, 4 points for John Davis on 2 field goals, 1 point for Caden Fralix. Total for the Tigers of 31 points. For Dyersburg, they're led by Brandon Williams with 10 points. He has 3 field goals, 1 3-point field goal, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line for his 10 points. 7 points for Nate Spivey on 2 threes, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. 5 points for Nico Mann on 1 field goal, 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. 4 points for Kevin Spencer, who went out early with foul trouble. 2 field goals for his 4 points. 3 points for Wesley Jackson on a 3-point field goal. 2 points for Malik Curry on a field goal for the total of 31 points for Dyersburg. Dyersburg with 10 fouls in the first half. They have one man, Kevin Spencer, somewhat foul trouble. Caldwell County with 3 players with 2 each: Cole Smiley, Caden Fralix, and Darren Boyd. And looking at the stats as we've just been handed, Dyersburg shooting 11 out of 24, for 45.8 in the first half. 4 out of 12 from three-point land. That's 33 1/3%. The Tigers are shooting 10 out of 18, 55.6%. 1 out of 5 from three-point range. Rebounds for Dyersburg totaling 11, 12 for the Tigers. Leading rebounder for the Tigers, Darren Boyd, with 5. And turnovers, Dyersburg with 5 and the Tigers with 8. So that's sort of what has kept Dyersburg in the game, was capitalizing on our turnovers. I had us for 9, but the official turnover count is 8, and I had Dyersburg with 5, and that's what the official stats say. So pretty obviously a evenly matched team. We're shooting the ball better than Dyersburg, but we've not yet, in my mind, gotten Darren Boyd off track, even though he has 12 points here at half.
I think the one thing that Dyersburg has, they don't have the size that we've seen a lot of this Hoops Fest the last couple of days, but they do have defensive quickness. They've got hands trying to slap the ball away. They're causing some trouble for Caldwell County. They don't pressure full court very much, but coming across half court, you've got a lot of hands slapping at the ball, and it's kind of rushing Caldwell County's offense a little bit. And maybe that's one of the reasons that Darren Boyd really hasn't got on track so far in this first
you're
half.
right, Dennis. We've had more pressure, I think, on the point guard tonight than what we saw last night with Ridgeway. And they're playing tight on everybody, not just the point guard. One interesting fact here for the Tigers that's really kept them in the game, we're 10 out of 11 from the free throw line. So usually we're shooting 50% or a little over. So that's a nice 5 points or so pick up there from that aspect of the game. But 2 minutes to go here at halftime before we commence the third quarter. And we've just got to play smart. We had maybe 3 or 4 of our turnovers were unforced, like length of the bounce pass, court from one side to the court to the other. And good teams just don't let that happen.
Yeah, and I think that's just where the tempo has been pushed up a little bit by the speed defensively of Dyersburg. Bob, one thing we've talked about, we've enjoyed having the stats delivered to us the last couple of days here during the West Kentucky Hoops Fest, but we've noticed the attendance stats on a lot of these. This one, we have attendance set at 675, so I made the comment earlier, I think we may have some local pastors maybe doing the counts.
I think that 675, I'm noticing I don't know whether they're all at the concession stand or what, but I'm noticing a few people putting their coats on and going home. It is getting late.
There's a lot of people in line at the bathroom if there's 675 here tonight.
Exactly.
It has been a well-received tournament for 2 days. I mean, the crowds have been very good. Last night, the matchup before Caldwell County, where you had Aspire Academy and I think the team out of Texas playing last night, that was probably the biggest crowd, led right into the Tiger matchup against Memphis. So good crowds, especially decent crowds starting at 11 in the morning where the Lady Tigers have played both the opening games of this 2-day tournament.
I would think that the sponsors of this tournament, Torrey Hammett with Goodwin Insurance, Jason Redfern with First Southern National, and Ricky Williams with Williams Fawn and Associates, have to be real happy with how this has turned out. I know that probably we've had some thoughts about what should happen next year, and we'll leave that to the organizers to work out. We've had a couple games in here where it almost got heated last night, certainly in the game before ours, and a little chippy once or twice today out here. So not sure how they'll take that into account, but it's been a well-run tournament.
It has. We've had some good times here. There's been talk amongst some people on whether to keep inviting these academy teams into it. Last night had basically a brawl between the two teams that resulted in the game being called with about 1:11 left in the ball game. Today, after one of the games, one of the same teams involved in another fight here. So there's some discussion on that. But overall, I think a huge success here again this year for the West Kentucky Hoops Classic.
Exactly, and we're underway here. And for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Caldwell County has possession. Darren Boyd has it, takes it over to Blaine. Blaine drives the lane, puts up the left-handed runner up and in. Nice shot by Blaine. And Caldwell County out in front to start this second half. Dyersburg drives the lane. They're going to be fouled on the play. I think that's number 3, Nico Mann.
Yeah, and I think they got Jamarius Blaine.
Blaine's first, and the first for the team, of course, here in the second half. Williams with the ball for Dyersburg. Caldwell County is going to go 2-3 zone here in the second half. Davis and Blaine out front. You've got Boyd in the middle. Boyd will inch up to make it almost a 2-1-2. Dyersburg works it around left wing. Now back out to Spencer at the top of the key. Gets it over on a driving shot by number 2, Malik Curry. That's blocked by Jameer Riley. Williams able to pick it up for Dyersburg. They bring it back up, work it around. Spencer from the right wing for 3, no good. Big rebound by Jameer Riley. He quickly turns, brings it up himself behind the back in the lane, gets it over to Boyd. Boyd to the corner to Blaine. Blaine with the 3. And as one of my favorites, Joe Dean would say, string music in Princeton. K-Wow, that one for Blaine as Caldwell opens up the 5-point lead. 3-pointer answered by Brandon Williams for Dyersburg, top of the key. John Davis with some pressure in the backcourt from Curry. He'll bring it over the timeline. Up to Blaine, right side, down into the corner to Jameer Riley. Jameer left hand drives into the lane, puts the shot up, no good. Fralix went for the rebound off his fingertips, and it'll be Dyersburg ball with 6:17 to go in the third. Bob, if you get a stretch of maybe 6, 7, 8 points of a run, this could be big in a game that stayed this close. I think the biggest lead so far for either team's been about 5 points.
And you're right. One team goes on a run, especially here in the second half. Darren Boyd just picked up his 3rd foul.
I think both teams have had a 5-point lead at one point. That could be big. 3rd foul on Darren Boyd. We've still at 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Boyd has to play smart on this. Tigers stay in the zone. They work it around to Mann. Mann back over to Spivey. Spivey kicks it back out to Williams. Back to Mann. Mann turned down the 3-pointer. Williams won't though. He goes from the left side. No good. Rebound Jameer Riley. He's tripped from the back as he wanted to start the break. Had Blaine out in front.
And
Mann picks up his 2nd foul. And Caldwell County will inbounds. John Davis, number 20, brings it up. Tigers with the 2-point lead and the ball. Get it over to Blaine. Blaine behind his back, wanted to go left. Spivey cut that off. Now Blaine goes back to the right, gets it to Davis. Davis down to the lane to Riley. Riley up with the shot, no good, off the back of the rim. Stolen away on the rebound by Williams. Williams gets it over to Spencer, top of the key 3, off the front of the rim, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Boyd comes up with it, has it knocked away. And they get it back down to Spencer underneath. Layup up and in, and we're tied at 36. A little bit of helter-skelter play here for about a minute run, Bob.
we don't need to be on the wrong end of that helter-skelter stuff either.
No, we can't afford the turnovers in this game. Boyd takes it back out to Davis. Boyd with the pick. Now Davis double team, ball loose. And a little bit of chippy play from Nico Mann for Dyersburg. Tried to wrap Davis up, threw him a little bit. He's going to get a talk to from one of the officials. And there's some discussion as Coach K will call his players over. We'll have a technical also called on number 3.
That's another foul on Mann.
A technical foul has also been called on number 3, Nico Dunn. His 4th, team 3rd.
So 4 fouls too quickly on Mann. They'll send Boyd to the line. He'll shoot the technicals. Caldwell County will still have the ball.
Yeah.
Shot up and in. Caldwell County continues a stellar performance from the line so far tonight. Boyd will get another. This one also in. Darren Boyd having a good night from the line too tonight, Bob.
Exactly. He's 7 out of 7 from the line.
Caldwell County will get it side out at midcourt. Davis will bring it in. Still man-to-man defense by Dyersburg. They work it over to Boyd. Boyd has it left wing, looks it over, finds Blaine from 15 feet off the front of the rim. No good. Ball loose in the corner. And Dyersburg Spencer comes up with it. Spencer guarded by Blaine, top of the key. Now he drives easily to the bucket, up and in with the finger roll. And we're tied at 38. Way too easy of a basket for Dyersburg, right down the lane untouched. Davis works it into the front court, gives it to Boyd. Boyd drives the baseline, goes up, awkward shot, no good. Little contact, no call. Spivey with the rebound, gets it to Spencer. Spencer down to Williams. Blaine comes in, goes for the steal. Way too much momentum. And he'll be called for the foul. Coach K emphatically wanting play number 2 ran as he gets a point across to the guys. Caldwell stays in the zone. 3-point attempt, no good. Boyd up for the rebound. 3-on-2 for Caldwell. Boyd all the way up, no good, but the rebound by Blaine is up and in. Dyersburg quickly the other way with Spencer bringing it up court. Spencer over to Williams, guarded out front by the front of that 2-3 zone. Now Spivey from the corner for 3. It's good. Dyersburg with the lead now, 41-40, 3:24 left in the third quarter. Get my 32s and 42s right. Seth Scott set to check into the ball game. Boyd with the ball left side, foul on the cut. Davis was trying to cut through. He's fouled by Brandon Williams.
Dyersburg fouls number 1, Brandon Williams, his first, team 40.
Fourth on the team here in the second half. Boyd's going to come out for a quick break. Plus maybe guard a little bit with those 3 fouls. Jameer Riley has the ball out front, gets it over to Scott. Scott to Davis from the right wing. Back over to Jameer Riley, works it to the corner to Blaine. Blaine guarded closely. Blaine's going to drive the baseline, gets it over to Jameer Riley. 3-pointer from the right side, up and in. Nice shot by Riley, gives Caldwell back the 2-point lead at 43-41. Skip pass over to Spivey, fakes a pass, puts up the 3, in and out. Rebound by Jameer Riley. Had it knocked away, goes back, gets it. Now he'll bring it up the court himself. Gets it over to Blaine. Back out to Jameer Riley, guarded by Williams. Scott sets the pick. And this is going to be a foul called underneath. It's going to go against the Tigers. That was going to go against Riley. So both teams with 4 fouls here in the second half. That one on Jameer Riley. 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. Caldwell with the 43-41 lead as Spencer for Dyersburg brings it across. He has it top of the key. Caldwell still in that 2-3 zone. Davis and Blaine in the front. Now 3-point attempt, no good. Ball loose on the sideline, and Spencer picks it up, but his foot standing on the line. So it'll be Tiger ball. One of the fastest paced games we've seen since yesterday when St. Louis Christian was in a game yesterday afternoon. This one up and down the court.
Few timeouts, which is about through 3 quarters of play here.
John Davis has his man right up in his face. That is number 2, Malik Curry, defensively right up on Blaine.
Foul number 2, Malik Curry's third, team 5th.
Curry's going to be called for the foul, and Curry will come out of the ball game. for Wesley Jackson. They get it into Blaine. Blaine's going to be guarded by Jackson on the substitution. Now from Riley over to Davis, back to Blaine, right corner. Blaine looking for Scott underneath. Scott backs his player in, puts up the right-handed hook, no good. Rebound to Williams for Dyersburg. Caldwell County hustles back. They set up in the 2-3. Williams drives the lane, no good. Nice rebound by Jameer Riley, and he looks up the court. Minute 15 left in the quarter. Corner three by Davis, off the mark. Davis follows his shot, gets his own rebound, and they're going to call him for a travel as he comes up with it. I don't think he had possession to be calling a travel on that one. I don't see it, but that's the call nonetheless.
I don't agree with that call at all.
Davis did tip it away and was going for it, but I don't think he had enough possession to be called for the travel. 2-3 zone still by the Tigers. Spivey has it over to Williams. They get it into Spencer, dump it down low to number 32. That is Hunter Rose, and Rose ties us up again. The ties have to be nearing double digits for this ball game. Jameer Riley double team, gets it over to Davis. Davis drives the lane, he's going to put it up and in, and he'll go to the line on the block. Foul called on Rose. John Davis will go try to finish the old-fashioned three-point play. Hunter Rose first foul. Caldwell County will be in the bonus from now on, as that's the sixth foul on Dyersburg. Shot no good, rebounded by Spencer. Caldwell trying to hustle back to set that zone up. Ball knocked away and loose. Jameer Riley comes up with it. He's going to bring it down himself. Had Davis out front, decides to keep it and pull it back out. And let's see if Coach K calls for him to keep it for the last shot of the quarter, as we're down to 17 seconds left. Riley on the right side in the front court. He's going to dribble around, takes it down the lane, over to Blaine for the three. No good, ball still loose. Davis keeps it alive. Blaine puts up a wild three at the buzzer, no good. So after 3 quarters of play, it's Caldwell County 45, Dyersburg 43. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Basketball on WPKY.
This is Fred Foltz, the Woodall Agency in Princeton. We have served the small business owners of this area for over 100 years. Do you have trouble understanding liability or workers' comp insurance? Are your insurance premiums spiraling out of control? Whether you're a furniture store on Main Street, a plumber or electrician, or a locally owned bank or car dealer, we have a policy for you. We are the business insurance experts. Give me a call at 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
Howdy, folks. It's me, Colonel Sanders. My KFC $20 fill-up includes a whole bucket of delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, 2 sides of mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and 4 flaky biscuits for just $20. It'll feed 4 people. And it comes with a free bucket. And every time you use that bucket, you'll be reminded of how delicious that meal was. Now that's value. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Now, participating KFCs for a limited time. Prices may vary. Tax extra. Extra charge for breast piece and side item substitution may apply. Offer includes 8-piece chicken, 3 large size, 4 biscuits.
We're back here at the Cab. We're starting the fourth quarter. Caldwell County leading at the end of 3, 45-43, outscoring Dyersburg 14-12. In the third quarter, Dyersburg will inbound the ball at midcourt, and to take us through the fourth quarter, Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Spivey has it at the point. Takes it over to Williams, right wing. Skip pass to the far sideline. 3-point attempt up and no good by Dyersburg. Spivey comes up with the rebound up and in, and the foul is going to be called on Caldwell County. Let's see who the foul is called on. Cole Smiley in the ball game quickly picks up the foul. And the 3-point play by Spivey gives Dyersburg the lead at 46-45. Bob, we haven't had an overtime contest in this tournament yet. This one's shaping up to come right down to the wire.
It's a barn burner, and you're right. If one team gets on a 6-7-0 run, could be crucial.
Nice cut by Boyd. He's bumped in the lane, goes up for the left-handed shot. Doesn't get the roll. Tip back up and in by Smiley. Good job by Cole in traffic to get a tip on that one. Put it back in. Tigers back out in front, 47-46. 2-3 zone. Fralix and Davis out front for Caldwell County. Smiley in the center of that back line. Spencer has it. Shot up by number 14, air ball. That may have been partially blocked by Boyd. Jameer Riley comes up with it. Riley back down, pulls up from 12, shot up and in, and he'll go to the line as he's hit on the play. Riley with good hang time, able to stay in control as he was hit on the shot, and he'll try to finish the three-point play as Caldwell is out in front now by 3. And Jameer tries to make it 4. Shot up and in. Caldwell leads this one 50-46 with 6:50 left in the ball game. Number 2, Malik Curry back in for Dyersburg as Spencer's going to take a break. 0-0 Spivey brings it up the court for the Trojans. He's met at the top of the zone by Fralix and Davis. He'll start the play from the right wing, gets it over to Williams. Williams back over to Jackson. Jackson to Spivey, long three from the left wing, no good. Rebound underneath, I think that was Rose. Gets it back out to Curry, to Williams at the top of the key. Three-point attempt from the left wing by Dyersburg, no good. Smiley had it knocked away by number 2, Curry. But it'll stay Caldwell County ball as Dyersburg brings full court pressure. And Tigers having trouble getting this one in. They finally get it into Boyd. Boyd brings it across the timeline. Now he'll pull it back and wait for Davis and Riley. John Davis out front, guarded by Spivey. Spivey down to the left corner to Jameer Riley as they run the motion. Cole Smiley trying to post up against big 32 Hunter Rose. Now they get it into Smiley. Smiley anticipated a cut by Boyd. Boyd pulled up. Turnover goes to Dyersburg. And it's Williams with the long three out front, off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to Davis. 5.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Caldwell leads by 4 as Davis brings it up against man-to-man pressure. Finds Boyd on the right wing. Boyd guarded by Jackson. Get it into Fralix. Fralix drives the right side of the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Ball loose, picked up by Dyersburg. Now it's 2-on-1 Dyersburg. Shot up, no good, a lot of contact. Neither player called. And the rebound goes to Jameer Riley. Caldwell County back the other way, 3-on-3. Riley's going to pull it up, take it to the lane. Running shot up off the backboard, no good. Picked up by Spivey of Dyersburg. He's quickly the other way, puts it up off the board and in. And a big flurry there, Bob.
Yeah.
By Dyersburg has pulled them back within 2 points at 50-48. And a 30-second timeout, I think just to let the players catch their wind, called by Dyersburg, but the pace here is just as fast as these kids can possibly go.
Frantic is the word. Not a whole lot of smart play in the last couple of trips by the Tigers up and down the floor.
Yeah, we're really pushing the ball into some traffic, taking some off-balance shots, and it seems like we've lost a little bit of composure about the last minute and a half or so.
One thing, the Tigers are in the bonus situation with Dyersburg having committed 7 fouls, so that may work to our advantage.
Yeah, Caldwell's got one more foul to give before Dyersburg is in the bonus. Dyersburg is going to bring full court pressure, and that's number 2, Malik Curry, a really good defensive player. I mean, he's just all-out defense right up in the face of the guy he's guarding. He'll have to guard Darren Boyd this time as Davis whips it around to Fralix. Fralix back out to Riley. Riley guarded by Spivey way out near midcourt. Over to Davis. Davis wanted to drive, takes it back to Fralix. Frelick's tried to thread the needle to Boyd. Dangerous pass picked off. Dyersburg quickly the other way. Shot goes up, no good, but it's going to be a blocking foul on Frelick's.
Caldwell County foul number 22, Caden Frelick's, his third, team sixth.
3 on Frelick's, 6 on the team, and Wesley Jackson will go to the stripe for 2. He can tie this one up with just over 4 minutes to play. First shot up and good. Substitution as Smiley will come out of the game and Jamarius Blaine will go back in. Nobody on the line for Dyersburg. This shot up and in. Apparently the kid's a pretty good free throw shooter. They didn't bother with putting anybody on the line. It was still over 4 minutes to play.
His shot looked pretty pure to me, Dennis.
Jameer Riley will bring it up, gets it over to Davis. Davis out front. Boyd's going to have some trouble. He's got the Curry kid on him, one of the faster players out there. Jameer Riley gets it over to Blaine. Blaine goes up, puts a shot up. No good, but he's fouled on the play.
Dyersburg foul number 14, Wesley Jackson, his second, teammate.
Wesley Jackson with the foul. We'll send number 5, Jamarius Blaine, to the line for the 1-and-1. He'll try to break this 50-50 tie. First one is up off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Boyd though, got loose and up and in. Darren Boyd with the 2-point bucket. And Caldwell out in front, 52-50. Tigers have come out of that zone. They're going to go man-to-man. Frelick's guards Spivey. Spivey works it over to Curry. Curry guarded by Davis. Long 3 by Williams is net. And Dyersburg back in front, 53-52. That was a long 3, Bob, and nothing but net on that one. And Caldwell County is going to take a timeout and talk about this one. 30 second. Did he say 30 second?
Yes.
30-second timeout on this, Bob, so we'll keep it right here. But what can you say about this one? These kids are giving it all they got. It may not be the prettiest game. It's not textbook by any means, but they're right up and down that court.
And it's one of those things where it's the last game of the day. It's 9 o'clock at night, 9:30, and both teams still. I'm not sure how tired they are, but they still appear fresh to me. 3 minutes and 12 seconds will determine the outcome of this game, with Dyersburg currently a 1-point lead over the Tigers.
I'm not saying that Curry is the best defensive player for Dyersburg, but he's the quickest hands and most all-out player defensively. They've switched him over to Darren Boyd. So Boyd's really going to have to use the picks and the cuts to get around him. Boyd has a height advantage on him if he can somehow post him up. Ball comes into play from Davis to Frelick's, back out to Davis. Over to Riley. Riley finds Blaine out front. See what Coach K worked up out of the timeout. Over to Davis. Now to Frelick's on the left corner. Frelick's picks up that pivot foot, and he gets called for a walk. Turnover gives it over to Dyersburg. They'll put it in play with 2:50 left to go in the ball game and a 1-point lead for the Trojans. Darren Boyd picks up Spencer out front. Jamarius Blaine had his hand stuck, I think, for a second with number 3, Nico Mann. Dyersburg works it around. Corner 3 by Williams, no good. Ball loose, picked up by Spencer. He's going to drive the lane, dish it off, up and in for Nico Mann. Mann's fouled on the play.
Basket by Mann, the Caldwell County foul number 22, Caden Frelick's.
Caden Frelick's picks up his 4th foul. Mann shot up and no good. Jameer Riley with the rebound. He'll walk it up the court with 2:20 left to play, and the Tigers trailing by 3. Good move by Riley, goes into the lane, had the layup, but he's going to be fouled on the play. You'd like to see Jameer go ahead and take that shot just in case it goes in. He'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
And I think that's number 5 on Nico Mann.
So Nico Mann will foul out of the ball game. Part of those were the technical. We picked up a couple of fouls earlier in the ball game, a personal and a technical on the same play. He'll be replaced by Wesley Jackson. And Jameer Riley will go to the stripe for the 1-and-1. Riley's first shot is up and good. And he went back up the court thinking he had made the shot, not realizing he had tried to dump it off to Fralix. He'll go back to get the bonus. Caldwell trails by 2. Riley toes the line, puts the shot up off the front of the rim, no good. 55-53 Dyersburg as they come the other way with Spencer at the point. He'll be picked up by Darren Boyd at the top of the key. They work it to Williams, down into the corner to Spivey. Spivey guarded by Fralix. Back out to Williams. Over to Spencer. Spencer drug the pivot foot, no call on it. Drive down the lane, no good. Rebound by Boyd. That was number 14, Jackson, with the miss. And Boyd brings Caldwell County to the offensive end with a chance to tie or take the lead. Boyd to Blaine. Blaine's going to get it over to Riley. Riley trying to find Davis. He's guarded by Curry. They get it to Boyd. Boyd on Spivey, pulls up for the 12-footer off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Curry. And Dyersburg comes the other way. We're down to 1:13 left in the ball game. Caldwell trails by 2. Dyersburg's going to work it around, be a little bit more patient. Jameer Riley guarding Williams. They may be trying to make Caldwell foul on this one. They're going to keep it out front. Spivey gets into a double team, gets it over to Spencer. Spencer to Curry, back out to Spencer. And it's Spencer driving the lane. He's going to be fouled. I think they might give that one to Riley. That will send Kevin Spencer to the line for the Trojans. 45 seconds left in the game. First shot up and good. Spencer can make it a 2-possession ball game with this one. Second shot up, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Darren Boyd. He'll bring it into the front court. Gets it over to Davis. And play stop with a timeout by Coach K. So it's a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break and be back. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 103.3 The Tiger.
Decorating, shopping, wrapping gifts, making cookies. The last thing you need is for your heat to go out. But if it does, don't panic. Just call McGregor Group Heating and Air. We provide fast and friendly service, and we'll have you back in the Christmas spirit in no time. Call McGregor Group today at 270-896-5044, or come see us at 960 Garment Trace Road here in Princeton. Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
And welcome back here to the Cab. 39 seconds remaining to be played in the ball game. Caldwell County in possession of the basketball, trailing by 3 points, 56-53. Full timeout here for the Tigers. Coach K diagramming some strategy for his players once they return to the court. And it's been tight all the way, Dennis. It's been a good ball game, and the Tigers have, again, playing some really stiff, tough competition, playing some really tight defensive players too. This is going to, I think, help them in the future. These guys stick all over you.
Yeah, they're a good, very good defensive team. Davis puts the ball in play to Fralix. They don't need a 3 right now, but they do have to score. Davis has it right wing, picks his dribble up, looks for Boyd. Boyd wants to drive the lane, puts the left-handed shot up over the front of the rim and in. Tigers trail by 1. timeout on the floor. Another full timeout, so we'll take a timeout. Caldwell trails by 1 with 21.8 seconds left. Back in 30 seconds on 103.3 The Tiger.
Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Cab. 21.8 seconds remain in the ball game. Caldwell County just having scored on a little inside shot from Darren Boyd that just barely crept over the front part of the rim to close the gap to 1 point. Dyersburg to inbound the ball and to bring it the full length of the court. Both teams returning to the floor. And for the final 21.8 seconds of the game, Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caldwell County is going to bring full court pressure. They won't guard the inbounds pass. They do get it in to Williams. Williams double teamed by Davis and Boyd, gets it away to Spencer. Now Dyersburg able to get it up the court, take it to Spencer. Slid, no call. They work it around, and they're going to foul number 1, Williams. Foul's going to go on Boyd, I think. 10 seconds even left in the contest.
That will be Darian's 4th foul, but all it can do is stretch it back to still a 1 possession game for the Tigers. Williams tonight is 1 out of 2 at the free throw line.
So 4 on Darren Boyd. Williams at the line. First shot up and in. 2-point lead as Dyersburg does bring down 1 player along the lane now. That is Curry. Second shot up and nothing but net for Williams on that one. So Caldwell County down by 3 as Davis brings it up with under 10 seconds to play. Davis goes up, puts a left-handed shot up, no good. And that was going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Dyersburg ball with 0.4 of a second to play. Not sure about going into the lane for that shot with under 10 seconds to play. But Dyersburg inbounds it, and they'll come away with a hard-fought win, 58-55 over the Tigers as we end 14 games of play here in the 2017 West Kentucky Hoops Classic. Caldwell County 0-2 in the tournament, losing last night to Memphis, tonight losing to Dyersburg. Final here is 58-55. Dyersburg with the win. We'll be back to wrap this one up with all the game stats and a look ahead at the broadcast schedule, so stay tuned. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on WPKY.
Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrusolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement. Hi, this is Pam at Cozy Living Interiors in Boutique in Princeton. This is the sweet thing for giving. We want to offer everyone a 15% discount throughout the store, excluding special sales through the end of the year. This is our way of saying thank you. We have a great selection of gifts, and Jake says, don't forget your fur babies. We have all natural dog treats by Coffee Cafe and Jake's Corner. We offer a 90-day low-way, and financing is available. All of us at Cozy Living Interiors in Boutique want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Cozy Living Interiors in Boutique is located at 235 Northfield Drive in Princeton, right next to the
bowling alley. Because you live in interiors, everything has to be.
At Morgan's Funeral Home, we offer safe and secure funeral planning. At Morgan's Funeral Home, we're staffed with experienced funeral planners who know and understand the different methods of pre-funding final arrangements. We can help you design a plan that fits your individual needs and suits your wishes and beliefs. Morgan's Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years.
The holidays are upon us again, and everyone is scurrying about to prepare for them. At Fredonia Valley Bank, we're prepared as well to give you the best customer service and, as always, give our customers the attention they deserve during this busy time of year. If you're in need of financial advice or help choosing the type of account suitable to meet your needs, just ask one of our friendly tellers. Our tellers will be happy to explain the different checking, savings, certificates of deposit, and IRA accounts that Fredonia Valley Bank has to offer. The Christmas season is a time for rejoicing, and Fredonia Valley Bank would like to express their gratitude to all our customers for making 2017 another successful year. Please come by and visit us during this Christmas season and help us to celebrate this wondrous time of year. 602 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia and 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Cab Building as we wrap up 14 games in 2 days. Caldwell County on the short end of the stick here in the finale. 58-55 loss to Dyersburg, Tennessee on what was a nip and tuck game the whole way, Bob. Both teams had at the most a 5-point lead throughout the contest, a lot of lead changes, and just a good game coming down the stretch. Caldwell County had a chance with 10 seconds left, down by 3. Came in, John Davis missed the shot, couldn't get the rebound, and it was Dyersburg holding on for the 3-point win. So let's have the game stats. I'm not sure if we'll have Coach K up this late or not, but game stats tonight as Caldwell County comes up 0-2 in this tournament.
And the game essentially boiled down to the fourth quarter. Dennis, Dyersburg outscoring the Tigers 15-10 in the fourth quarter to erase a Tiger 2-point lead at the end of 3. And they end up winning by 3, 58-55. For the Tigers, Jameer Riley leads the Tigers tonight with 19 points, 12 in the first half, 7 in the second half. For his 19, Darren Boyd with 18, 12 in the first half, 6 in the second half, and they effectively shut him down, which certainly is not something the Tigers, when you know he only gets 18 points, you know you're going to be in a dogfight. And 9 points for Jamarius Blaine, 2 first half, 7 second half. 6 points for John Davis, 4 in the first half, 2 in the second half. For his 6, Caden Fralick's 1 point, that coming in the first half. And Cole Smiley, 2 points on a tip in the second half for 2 points. Total of 24 points in the second half and a game total of 55 for the Tigers. The Tigers put 6 men in the scoring column. For Dyersburg, they put 7 people in the scoring column. They're led by Brandon Williams with 18 points, 10 in the first half, 8 in the second half. 15 points for Nate Spivey, 7 in the first half, 8 in the second half for his 15. 9 points for Kevin Spencer, 4 in the first half, 9 in the second half. 7 points for Nico Mann, 5 first half, 2 second half for his 7. 5 points for Wesley Jackson, 3 first half, 2 second half. 2 points for Hunter Rose, that coming in the second half. And 2 points for Malik Curry, that coming in the first half for his 2. Total of 27 points in the second half for Dyersburg, total of 58 points for the game. And looking at the official stats that we've just been handed, for Dyersburg, they shoot 9 out of 25 for the game. 20 of 49 for the game, 40.8%, 7 of 27 from three-point land, and their ability to, they had 4 more threes than the Tigers, and that was huge here in this contest. Free throws, they were 11 of 16 for the Tigers. The Tigers shoot 19 of 40, 47.5%, 3 of 9 from three-point range, 33 1/3%, and a great night at the free throw line for the Tigers. 14 of 18, 77.8%. And in the rebound department, the Tigers pick up 30 rebounds. Dyersburg gets 27 rebounds. The leading rebounder for the Tigers, Darren Boyd, with 9. Jameer Riley with 7, and John Davis with 6 rebounds. For Dyersburg, pretty evenly distributed. Kevin Spencer with 6 rebounds, 2 of 3 with 5 and 4 each for Dyersburg. It just boils down to the fact that no team really could get on a run, and the Tigers, turnover-wise, committing 13 for the game to Dyersburg 6, so that difference of 7 makes a big difference in a 3-point ball game, Dennis.
Yeah, the turnover thing tonight was big. The Curry kid, I think he only scored 2 points for the game, but he was a factor defensively as he really hounded the point for Caldwell County, and then they switched him over on Darren Boyd a little bit later in the contest. And it's a credit to Darren Boyd when you can say he only scored 18, which is a great night for most kids in a high school game. But for Boyd, he's averaging more than that. Had a couple of 40-point games, I think, this year. I know of one. So you're looking for a few more points out of him, but the turnovers were just caused by a very quick Dyersburg team. 1+, I guess, if you look at it, Caldwell County, a great night from the line. If they can shoot that during district play and on into the season, that's going to be a big plus. So a great night from the line for the Tigers. Just a good, hard-fought game by both teams, and one team came up one possession better.
And really, we're not sure. Did you ever get the record for Dyersburg coming in?
I did not.
So we don't know. I know that I read in the paper their last win was over Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which is a pretty good size school, and played good basketball up there. So the Tigers have faced stiff competition here in this tournament, losing by 9 last night to Memphis Ridgeway, losing by 3 tonight to Dyersburg. Obviously bigger communities than the Tigers. We were matched pretty well in height tonight, right, which was a blessing. That's which we almost never get that chance to be at the same height level. But the quickness, I can see where Dyersburg wins a lot of ball games. They're just exceptionally quick.
They are. They played really well, and they just came out just like we said, one possession ahead. Caldwell County had the chance at the end, couldn't get the shot to go late, so Dyersburg holds on for the 3-point victory. But when does the boys, I know the girls come back on the 4th in a home game against Dawson. What does Caldwell County do from here on?
The girls come back on January the 4th, home varsity JV game for the Lady Tigers. The boys come back on January the 2nd at Dawson Springs. We will not be covering that game. It's a JV varsity game at Dawson on Tuesday of next week. Girls play Thursday, and we'll be here for that game that night, January the 4th. So the Tigers coming into the new year will be facing Dawson Springs and then Webster County in the 6th District shootout on Saturday. That will be at Webster County. Then we entertain Mattisville North. That's a girls and boys doubleheader here. Hopkins County Central and Union County. So the Tigers have it pretty well mapped out here for the first couple weeks in January, and I'm thankful that these games that we've played all throughout the year, we've had stiff competition, Dennis, and somewhere down the line that's got to pay off.
It does, and these guys drops Caldwell County, I think, to 5-7 on the season, but both teams come back. They look to get off in that district chase on the right foot. Both teams starting out with games against Dawson the first week back after the first of the year. So that's going to be big if they can get the wins over Dawson, and that's no guarantee on the boys' side. Dawson has got a pretty good boys squad coming in this season, so you can't let anybody down. Of course, our girls are young. They played 2 great games today, but they've got to take that same intensity whether you're playing Dawson or whether you're playing Callaway County, because they have so much inexperience. You can't take a night off. Neither one of these teams can. So we're looking forward to that, looking forward to getting into district play, the big doubleheader with Madisonville here at the Cab coming up early in January. So a lot of good stuff coming your way. We'll have it here on WPKY. Eric Jacobs will be back for the majority of that along with Bob Hayes. I'll get to to fill in for the guys on occasion. So a lot of fun times coming up here at the Cab building for both of these programs.
It's been fun, Dennis, to have you at my side for today's games. It kind of brings back like we do have during football season. Good to have you to fill in for either me or Eric whenever that time happens.
Well, it's fun to be up here, and before you know it, it'll be kickoff time for football season. But we're going to enjoy this while we can. Again, the final here tonight, Caldwell County comes up just a little bit short against Dyersburg with a 3-point loss, 58-55 to the Trojans of Dyersburg, Tennessee. That's going to do it for us tonight and for the tournament. Thank you for listening both days to the 2017 West Kentucky Hoops Classic. So for Ty Englebright and Bob Hayes, I'm Dennis Stevens. Join us again on January 4th as the girls take on Dawson Springs here at the Cab. Until then, thank you for listening, and good night, everybody.